Welcome to Ignite IAS Academy. Today we're going to discuss about different environment questions that have been asked in Prelims 2023. According to the analysis of the paper, the 2023 Prelims paper has given lot of emphasis for the environmental topics. So around 18 questions have been asked from the environment subject. So our approach should be in such a way that all the environmental course topics should also be understood. Along with the core concepts, we should always go with the current affairs related issues and also have little bit about interest. The ones who had an interest to learn and take a step forward in understanding and knowing different information of those concepts and topics would fetch more marks in this paper. Well, let us go into the explanation part. The first question, consider the following statements. Once the central government notifies an area as a community reserve, the chief wildlife warden of the state becomes the governing authority of the such forest. So the first statement is a correct statement. So the chief wildlife warden of the state becomes the governing authority. The second statement, hunting is not allowed in such an area. True, hunting is not allowed in such an area. Along with the hunting, we are not being allowed to collect the non-timber forest produce and also have there is an prohibition of the traditional agricultural practices like zooming cultivation, the shifting cultivation, etc. is also being prohibited in the community reserve. For this question, we have only two correct options have been given. So the answer is B. The only two statements which have been given regarding community reserve are correct. Next question. We have marsupials. So the marsupials are nothing but the organisms like we have the kangaroo, etc., where they give birth to the live ones. So here these are called as marsupials. So statement 1, marsupials are not naturally found in India. Statement 2, marsupials can thrive only in mountain grassland with no predators. So here only one statement is being correct, whereas the second statement is wrong. Why? In India, we don't find naturally found marsupials, but the naturally found marsupials are found in Australia more, where we have in India only in a captive manner, or we have the zoological parks, etc., is where we can find the marsupials that are being present. So only the statement 1 is correct and the second statement is wrong, as they can thrive in mountain grassland, but no predator is wrong. So they can also survive where they are been having the predators are being present. So because the prey and predator relationship always continues, the marsupials can thrive where the predators are also being present. So here the option is C. The statement 1 is correct, whereas the statement 2 is incorrect. Next, we have invasive species specialist group that develops global invasive species database belongs to which one of the following organizations? So here the answer is this is a direct question where we know we have the conservation of the species which is being present, where it is being taken up by the International Union Conservation of Nature. So this organization is come up with this list and the database that is being present. So this is a direct question that been asked. Next, we have consider the following fauna. So generally we usually read about the critically endangered, or vulnerable species in India and the world are being usually read by the aspirants. But here the approach has been changed, where they have been tested whether you have been having an interest in learning about the characteristics or the niche of these organisms. So here the question, consider the following fauna that is being present. We have lion-tailed macaw, Malabar civet, sambar deer is being present. So here the question is, which are generally nocturnal or mostly active in sunset. So the one which is being opposite is called diurnal. It means that they are being active both in day and night, whereas nocturnal is nothing but they are being active morely in night. So here given options, we have Malabar civet and sambar deer which have been present. They are mostly nocturnal in nature. But whereas the lion-tailed macaw is a diurnal. Lion-tailed macaw is nothing but similar to an the monkey species or chimpanzees, orangutan species. So that's where the lion-tailed macaw has been coming. So only 2 are being correct in this question. Next question, which of the following organisms perform waggle dance for others for their kin to indicate the direction and the distance to the source of their food? So the answer is honeybees. This has also been present in the news where there is large amount of news regarding the decrease of honeybees in the environment and how environment will be affected if the honeybees becomes extinct. So here the answer is the honeybees, they perform the waggle dance. Next question. So here they have been asked about, consider the following statement. Some mushrooms have medicinal properties, some mushrooms have psychoactive properties, some mushrooms have insecticidal properties, and some mushrooms have bioluminescent properties. So here we have to have a general understanding about mushrooms that are being present. So all the statements which are being present are correct. So here they have been given, some is being given. So here all the statements are correct. Mushrooms are having the medicinal properties, and some of the mushrooms are affecting on the neurological behavior. Then we also have the insecticidal properties that are being present. Some of the mushrooms are also bioluminescent. Bioluminescent is nothing but which produce their own light. Next question. So consider the following statements regarding the Indian squirrels. So they build nest by making burrows in the ground. They store their food materials like nuts and seeds in the ground, and they are omnivorous. So all the statements are again here true, where it has been Indian squirrels, they build a nest by making burrows in the ground. Even we also have another squirrel, palm squirrels that are being present, they make nest on the trees. But here Indian squirrels, generalized we say they are making burrows in the ground, and in this burrows itself they will store materials like nuts and seeds. So they will start burrowing, they will all store nuts and seeds, and they also cover it up. So that they will be protecting the food or storing the food. And they are also omnivorous. Omnivorous means they eat plants and they also eat animals. So both. So here the option is C. All the 3 statements are correct in this question. Next question. Consider the following statements. Some microorganisms can grow in environments with temperatures above boiling point. Some microorganisms can grow in environment with temperatures below freezing point, and some microorganisms can grow in highly acidic environment with a pH below 3. All the statements which are being given in this question are correct, as the microorganisms can survive above boiling point, that is 100 degrees Celsius also they are being present, and some of the microorganisms will also thrive below 0 degrees centigrade, and even if the pH is less than 3, some of the microorganisms we find they are being growing also in this acidic environment. So all the 3 statements that are being given here are correct. Which of the following makes a tool with a stick to scrape insects from a hole of a tree or a log of a wood? Here the correct answer is orangutan. Orangutans are the organisms which use sticks and take insects from the hole of a tree or a log of a wood. So B is the correct option. Next question, it is related to the pollution. So consider the following: aerosols, foam agents, fire retardants, lubricants. In the making of how many of the above are hydrofluorocarbons used? So we already know in pollution concept the large amount of hydrofluorocarbons which are being released. Where it is being affecting? It is affecting the ozone depletion. So here all the materials which are being present in the aerosols, foam agents, fire retardants, lubricants, so all these are being using the hydrofluorocarbons. So the option here is 4. Next question, it's a direct question. Which of the following is the best example of repeated falls in sea levels giving rise to the present day extensive marshland? It is run of Kutch. So in this run of Kutch, we are having a repeated fall of sea levels, where run of Kutch region, sometimes it has been flooded in the monsoon seasons or water has been present, and apart from monsoon season, the complete other area, complete other time of the year, the run of Kutch is in a arid kind of phenomena is being present. So this run of Kutch is an extensive marshland which has been formed due to repeated falls in the sea level. Next question, consider the following heavy industries: fertilizer plants, oil refineries, steel plants. Green hydrogen is expected to play a significant role in decarbonizing how many of the above industries? So here in the fertilizer plants, the green hydrogen is used in the formation of the ammonia and the fertilizers, and even in the petroleum industry, in the petroleum products, we can use the green hydrogen. And also we have been using the green hydrogen in the steel plants, where we can make the pig iron, steel. So these have been industries have been using the green hydrogen. So recently there is large amount of discussion has been found in how should the green hydrogen is been present, or how we have to be use the green hydrogen in the industry. So here the option, all the three statements, all the three things have been correct. Next question we have, with reference to the coal-based thermal power plants in India, following statements are correct. So the first statement, none of them uses seawater. So the first option itself is wrong. There are many different coal-based thermal plants which utilize the seawater for cooling purposes. So seawater has been used. For example, we have AP Genco, one coal-based thermal plants which has been present, where it uses the seawater, and none of them is set up in the water stress district. No, we have around 40% of the coal-based thermal plant. They have been present in the water stressed district. So even this statement is wrong. And none of them is privately owned. No, we have few of the coal-based thermal power plants which are being owned by private also. So here we have been having all of three statements are wrong. So none of them are being correct. Next question, Wolbachia method is sometimes talked about with reference to which one of the following? So here Wolbachia method is nothing but, the Wolbachia method is a method where they have been trying to decrease the mosquito population. Mainly this bacteria has been introduced with the male mosquitoes, so that whenever the male mosquito having this Wolbachia bacteria, whenever it mates with the female mosquito, there is no reproduction of the mosquitoes happen. As a result, the population of these mosquitoes is decreased. As such, the malaria and etc. is being decreased. So here the option is controlling the viral diseases spread by the mosquito. Next question, consider the following statements. Spreading finely grounded basalt rock on farmland extensively, increasing the alkalinity by adding lime, capturing carbon dioxide released by various industries and pumping into abandoned subterranean mines in the form of carbonated water. How many of the above activities are often considered and discussed for carbon capture and sequestration? So here carbon capture and sequestration is nothing but, in atmosphere we are having large amount of carbon dioxide is being present. So which of the following methods we can decrease the carbon dioxide and utilize in different forms? So here first option, so recently it has been told that on the farmlands, if we are been spreading the fine basalt. So this fine basalt is an enhanced weathering method that is being present, where the basalt is grounded and it is being spread in the farmlands, where the carbon dioxide is being utilized. So atmospheric carbon dioxide reacts with this basalt and different compounds are being formed. As such, the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere is being decreased. So that is nothing but the carbon capture. So we are capturing the carbon into the land. Next, increasing the alkalinity by adding lime. So we are having the ocean. So here the ocean alkalinity where lime and all etc. are being added to the oceans where there is a water that's been present. So these materials, so lime etc. which are being present will react with the atmospheric carbon dioxide or dissolved carbon dioxide and form into bicarbonates and carbonates. Through this process also we are trying to capture large amount of atmospheric carbon and dissolve the carbon dioxide that is being present. Then next which is being given, capturing carbon dioxide released by various industries. So we have different layers of rock materials are being present. So some of the rock materials are porous in nature, whereas some rock materials are impermeable in nature. So here we are trying to pump the carbonated water into carbonated water is nothing but pressurized CO2. So we are putting pressure on this carbon dioxide, making it from gaseous form towards the liquid form, and this liquid is being pumped into the layers where we have the porous layers are being present. So in this porous layers we are trying to store this liquid carbon dioxide that is being present, or we say it as carbonated water that is being present. And again it is being used in the oil, refinery oil manufacturing etc. in the time being. So here where all the three statements are correct, or three activities are correct related to the carbon capture and carbon sequestration. Next question we are having about the carbon fibers are used in the manufacturing of components used in automobiles and aircraft. Carbon fibers once used cannot be recycled. So first we need to know, you might know about the carbon fibers. So these are around 5 to 10 micrometers and these are very strong than steel. So they and lightweight. So these carbon fibers are very much strong, majorly compound of carbon atoms, where large amount of it is being durability is more, it is light in weight and it is more stable than the steel. So due to this they are being used in largely in manufacturing of automobiles and aircrafts, where it is giving the same function of the steel but it is lighter in nature. So the first statement is true. The second statement which stated it cannot be recycled. So this statement is wrong. We do have 4 techniques that are being present where the carbon fibers can be recycled. Though they are being present, it is very cost effective. So here we are only one is correct, whereas carbon fiber once used cannot be recycled statement is wrong. The option is A. Next question we are having, recirculating aquaculture system is about the how, if we are having the aquaculture, fishes and all are being present. So here we are having large amount of waste, ammonia and etc. So we have biofilters that are being installed. So this is about recirculating aquaculture system that is being present. So here the first statement, biofilters provide waste treatment by removing the untreated fish. So here apart from removing the pollutants, the biofilters also removes the uneaten fish feed. So we give large amount of feed, some of the feeds which are being present, which are being uneaten by this fish is being removed by this recirculating aquaculture system biofilters. So the first statement is true. Second, we have the biofilters convert ammonia present in the fish waste to nitrate. So these filter has a substrate where here we are having the nitrifying bacteria can be present. So this nitrifying bacteria converts the ammonia present in this fish waste into the nitrate. So the second statement is also being correct. The third statement, biofilters increases phosphorus as nutrient for the fish in the water. Even the third statement is correct. So here all the 3 statements are correct related to recirculating aquaculture system. Next question, they are related to the mercury pollution. So the gold mining activity is the source for the mercury pollution in the world. Coal-based thermal power plants cause mercury pollution. There is no known safe level of exposure of mercury. Which of the above statements have been correct? So the first one, we are having in the different areas, we are having riverine gold that will be present. So here we are having gold which are being present in these rivers. So these sediments are being mixture of different materials and gold. So for the purification process, this is usually being dissolved in liquid mercury. So the sediments have been dissolved in mercury where gold is being extracted, and this gold will be, if this is a gold particles which are being extracted, this is having slight coating of mercury will be present. And we all know that different gold and gold ornaments are being produced by burning of the gold particles. So whenever these particles are being burned, this large amount of release of mercury is being occurring. So this gold mining activity and the gold production activity is one of the source for the mercury pollution in the world. So the first statement is correct. Second statement, we have coal-fired thermal power plants. So we have USA that is being present. Large amount of coal-based thermal power plants are being producing the mercury pollution. So more than 40% of the US coal-based thermal power plants are releasing the mercury pollution. So even the first statement is true. The second one, there is no known safe level of exposure to mercury. So even this is also true, because mercury is highly pollutant and it has been exposure to mercury for a long period of time deteriorates the health of the human beings and organisms. So yeah, so we don't have a known safe level of exposure of mercury. So all the three statements here also have been correct. Next question, we have which of the following statements are correct? In Biodiversity the India Management Committees are key to realization of the objectives of Nagoya Protocol. The Biodiversity Management Committees have important functions in determining access and benefit sharing, including the power to levy collection fee on the access of biological resources within its jurisdiction. So here first you need to know about Nagoya Protocol. So this Nagoya Protocol is where we find the conservation of the biodiversity is being promoted. So here in this one, according to the Nagoya Protocol, we have been established, the Biodiversity Management Committees have been established according to the Biological Diversity Act 2002. So according to this, we have Biodiversity Management Committees have been established. So the first statement is true. Second, the Biodiversity Management Committees are having important functions where it is for the conservation and also access for the benefits, where we can where they can collect the levy collection. It's nothing but the tax that is being collected or a fee that has been collected due to the access for the biological resources and within its jurisdiction. Even the second statement is true. So both 1 and 2 are correct statements. So these are the different questions that have been asked in the environment subject in Prelims 2023. Thank you.